Okay, this is a video documenting how to use the software for the plotter, and I'll let Wes take it from there.
Depending on what you're going to cut, here we're going to cut an actual file that was given by Sam Beachy, and it's an actual AI file, so it's already vectorized. And we're going to have to import it into SureCuts a lot, as soon as I find it. Roofing logo. And there's the logo. You can sketch and screw it any way you want. Make it larger. You can use these grids to show that these are in inches. You can change the size of the window to make it the orientation or the size you want it as far as grid goes. Right now it's 48 inches by 48 inches. To increase the size of the logo without skewing the actual proportions, you can simply increase it over here in the position and size.
So the dimensions of the wall, see Plaza sign, we would make that grid, and then you would just fill it in to make it look right.
And according to the ticket, it needs to be 22 3/4 by 45 3/4.
See, Brandon.
So ultimately, it's going to fill this whole bloody window.
Grab a chair.
45 3/4. But it's supposed to only be 22 inches high, so we're going to take the proportions off. That's the proper dimensions. You can actually measure it here, height and width of the actual selected image to the size.
Okay, and what's this software we're using? SureCuts?
SureCuts A Lot Pro 3.
Okay, and that's only downloaded right now on your computer, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
It's licensed, so therefore it cannot be put on anything else, but it can be transferred, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can pause anytime.
Oh, okay. What you're doing right now is changing the mat size so the grid actually
is the size of the sign.
Okay, there we go. So now we have...
And that would fill up the entire grid.
Right. Perfect. And that's just changing the mat dimensions.
Correct. As they are right now, and we're going to go ahead and shrink it down by... yay. Then we're going to center it in both areas. That would be what the sign would look like in the space given outside.
Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty simple. Okay, so we moved that to the top corner and then took a measurement that's on the grid that shows the actual measurement of the vinyl, and then you go over here to your vinyl. Hey, look, the vinyl's not the right size.
So we're going to adjust to fit the vinyl because we're not going to buy a whole bunch of extra vinyl for this.
Yep.
So we have about 12-inch vinyl. To load this in, raise the tension bars up. You'll bring it in.
Now, does it matter if you put it in the center of the
It doesn't matter where you put it because you set your home point after the fact. When you line up the vinyl, you want to make sure it's pick a spot here and the same on the back and make sure it's even. These wheels, fully adjustable, they can move side to side. They cannot be anywhere where you see these white dots. Anywhere. Because it would be basically where these rollers cannot roll.
Okay.
Okay. Once you have it lined up, depending on the size, you know what you have to use 2 tension bars.
Okay, so you're saying the edges just go on the same measure mark on both sides?
Yep, here and here. Just line it up once so it's nice and square.
Okay.
Okay. You have to set the home point of the cutter blade, because right now it would start cutting over here if you don't.
So
and
this
the vinyl's way over
this
here.
is the cutter blade right here.
This is the cutter blade. So under the main menu, where its default starts up to, it's already set the local. You just press enter. So now you have local control, and you'll be moving the blade manually using these arrows, left and right. Looking down at the blade, you want to set it for about an 1/8 inch inside the line of the vinyl.
So we're talking like right... That column basically has a little tiny blade. It's in the center of it, right?
Yep, and that's the actual blade holder.
Okay.
Right now we're going to set the home point there. Once we have it where we want to, we have to hit select to choose current. That is now the current home point. Pressing up or down will change the speed of the cutter. Left or right will change the pressure of the blade in grams.
Okay.
Defaults, I leave it about 600 millimeters per second and at 60 grams of pressure.
Is that for what thickness of vinyl?
This for standard vinyl.
For standard vinyl.
Standard vinyl.
Okay.
Heavier vinyls like reflective and metal it's going to be different. You're going to require a higher pressure and a lower speed because it's a lot denser material because it's actually metal backed, where this is just standard vinyl. It's very simple and thin.
Okay.
Since we know we only have 12 inches to work for, and our overall image right now is about 18 and a half inches, we're going to cut these in pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this main part of the logo under our 12 inches, keeping the proportions, which would be right or out there, right at 12 inches. And overall, it's still above our 12 inches, so we're going to have to ungroup the entire thing and then take individual pieces, such as that. We're going to regroup just that part, so that is now separate. We're going to copy this, and in a new tab, put our cut piece in there. And we're going to center this to the top and left. So now we have this main piece, which is under 12 inches. We can actually go ahead and cut that. So we'll go up to here to cutter, cut with US Cutter. Make sure the orientation is going out, because that's the length of your vinyl. This just gives it a representation of how it's going to cut. If it was turned this way, it wouldn't work, obviously.
Okay.
It'll automatically cut it starting at the home point, or the origin point that we already set on the plotter. We have the holder set the blade. Multi-cut is turned off. We don't need that. Usually all the defaults I already have set up are fine. We simply hit cut. And it'll start doing its thing.
What's this metal spiral piece?
Those are the rollers. That's what's moving the vinyl back and forth. This is just a pressure wheel.
Oh, okay.
There's several servos and motors on here that have to be actually aligned and tuned every now and again as well. Otherwise you get a straight line that starts looking like an arc.
Let's see.
There's a lot of maintenance on these little bastards. Cutting the outside square.
Straight lines cut much faster than circles.
Yeah. You can see how it's a little off, so it's going to be there. Bad. Okay, now we get to this point. We want to make sure we get what we want. So we're going to go back to the local. Let it scroll down past our cut.
Okay. Which you can see, it's really fine lines that you have to pay attention to.
Yeah, the main cut's right there. So we're going to cut the vinyl off here using this red area and a razor blade.
Perfect.
So we have our cut piece.
Very
and
good.
We can trim and weed this in a minute.
Okay. That is how you actually align and cut the vinyl. We'll move on to another video soon.
Now we'll put it onto the